For those people working in the mental health industry, understand that the mental health industry admitted that 39% of people diagnosed with mental disorders are misdiagnosed. This means that 4 in every 10 clients quite possibly are misdiagnosed. You might have a client on your books in your filing cabinet who's been with you in therapy for 10, 20, 30 years, and nothing's getting better. The only thing that's changing is that their condition that they came in for is evolving into a new disorder each time. Maybe they came in for depression or PTSD, and now you find they've been diagnosed with complex PTSD. The truth is they've been misdiagnosed, and that's why the diagnosis keeps changing. The idea behind Trauma Recovery Anonymous is to teach any individual that the past is none of their business. The person I am today and the person I was yesterday are two completely different aspects of the same person. Yesterday I was nervous, apprehensive, and excited about making this presentation today. Would I speak slowly and clearly? Would I carry a message of hope? And here I am in the moment delivering this message. Two different versions of the same person having two different life experiences. In the same way, I'm a 65-year-old man living in the present. I carry the memory of what happened to a 12-year-old child 50 years ago and his loss of innocence. And I carried sympathy pains for him as a show of support and solidarity for what he went through. But he went through that trauma event. It wasn't this 65-year-old man. I can only live my life today in the present, focusing on my life in the present. You're a client who's been in therapy for months, years, decades, who've been in therapy for more than a year with multiple therapists and multiple medications, and nothing's getting better. Understand they're trying to treat an event that happened to a younger aspect of them, their inner child. It didn't happen to the person they are today. This is the mistake we all make. We have to stop asking clients, how did that make you feel? But rather ask, what happened in the past to make you feel that way? When we can start asking that question, the client can realize what happened in the past didn't happen to the person they are today, and therefore it's none of their business. Now, I share this with you not just for your clients, but for you yourselves. If you're a therapist working in the mental health industry, you came into this industry not to make money. Your primary goal was to help people. I would generally think across the board, almost every person who comes into the mental health industry or any medical profession do it to help humanity. There's something different about people who work to help people than people who want to make a living and make money off people. And your primary goal of choosing this way of life, this profession, was to help people. And maybe you have a client on your books who's been with you for 10, 20, 30 years, and everything's getting worse. And you can see that they're close to the end of the tether. It's quite capable that one day they may take their own life. And the last thing you want is that. And so you're open to trying anything that would enable your client to recover completely. And this program, Trauma Recovery Anonymous, I believe is a godsend. I believe I've been put on your path for you to see that there is a solution you can offer to your clients, especially to the ones who are broken, who have been in therapy for far too long, whose diagnosis keeps evolving, which definitely would clearly show they were misdiagnosed. I believe we don't suffer with a mental illness or a mental disorder. I believe we have a hole in our soul. I believe the energy around the past trauma is eating away at us on the inside, causing ulcers, cancers, aches and pains, mental and emotional strife. And if we can remove the memory from our psyche, we remove the energy from our whole being, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And this process takes 2 hours. Your client will still need your help, but they'll need your help where it matters and where you're trained to help them. And that is dealing with life in the present, how to make amends and restitution to your family, how to build bridges, how to restore a sense of self and well-being, how to find your path back into life, setting healthy boundaries, and so on. And that's the stuff you're trained and qualified to share with clients. So can you imagine for one moment you have a client on your books and his file is as thick as your arm, and he's been with multiple therapists over multiple years, and you were able to take him to this 2-hour healing event. He did the work and he broke free of the past. You could tear up that file. Imagine the ceremony you could have with your client of tearing up that file, ridding it, binning it, and then starting a new file about who he is today and helping him to live his life in the present. Then suddenly in 8 or 9 months, he leaves your practice and you can close that file. How good would that feel for you? Understand, it would be brilliant for your client. If your client could leave the past behind him and move forward, it would be a great win for him. But for you as a therapist, think of all those open files you have in your filing cabinet, in your practice. The number of clients you have who have files as thick as your arm. They've been in therapy forever. And you could embrace this idea of healing the whole in the soul, introduce them to this program I am selling, Trauma Recovery Anonymous, and the healing event, Healing Any Trauma Memory. The healing event is available exclusively on the Amazon platform. And the 12-step program of Trauma Recovery Anonymous, which is designed on the basis of the 12 steps of AA with their approval, is available on Amazon and other book platforms. And so the client buys both of these books. And then maybe you decide you're going to oversee this 3-hour practice. So you charge them or their social welfare for that 3 hours, and then you pay me for my services. It's €60 for this 3-hour session. And I take the client through the process under your watchful gaze. Now, you can't get involved in the process. You can sit and you can observe and take notes. And at the end of the session, if you have any questions, you can answer them then. But then you'll have some ammunition and food to talk about with your client afterwards. This solution works. It only takes 3 hours. The first 2 hours is what you're paying for the healing event, where your client gives all of the past back to its inner child. Once that is done, they feel the release in their body mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And then they take on the 12-step program of Trauma Recovery Anonymous to create a design for living. And basically what they do over time is they ask themselves these 12 questions, morning, noon, and evening. And if they answer yes to all these 12 questions, they move on. If they answer no, then they have to rectify whatever they have to do of each of those 12 steps, those 12 questions. It's a very simple program that gives your clients a practice, a design for living in the present moment. They no longer go back to the past and they don't jump into the unknown future. They focus all of their life and attention on being in the present, so that when they come to you to work with you, they're able to focus on what amends do I need to make, what restitution do I need to make, what healthy boundaries do I need to set up, how can I apply for a job, what do I need to do in relationship with people, interacting with people. And they're all the skills that you have, you were trained to share, and you can share them with them, and suddenly they're their own man and they're an independent man and woman once more, and they're able to walk away and you can close their file. How good would that be for you? I know how good it is for your client, but how good would it be for you to close a file? This is Trauma Recovery Anonymous. This works. You can allow your client to break free of their past completely in a safe and non-intrusive manner. And you can be a part of that if you wish, or you can leave them do it on their own. Either way, you will get a client afterwards who is free of the past, who can focus on doing the work they need to do to live fully in the present and to avail of your services. My name is Richard Tierney. This is Trauma Recovery Anonymous. I will include my email in this presentation, and if you'd like to contact me, please do so. Thank you.